Good morning, everyone. We're going to give it just a few more seconds to see if anybody joins us, and then it'll get started. Good morning, everyone. This is Luciana Turner of the LT&A Company. This morning, the LT&A Company is a government contracting, training, and consulting firm, all things government contracting, all things strategy, all things compliance. I am your Chief Compliance and your Chief Clarity Officer as we embark on day 4 of our 100-day live. Now, yesterday I brought up the topic of lowest price technically acceptable as a bid model that the government does use. Yesterday, I spoke on the technical aspect of the process. Now, let's talk about price. And this is where most people lose the award. And I want you to be cognizant of what I'm saying and the words that I'm using. I said lose the award. A lot the government has done and does do extensive research regarding price around services, equipment, whether it's a widget or a gadget or it's course development. There is an extensive amount of data out there that the government has access to. The government is not looking for you to bid an exact price. They did not go in their hat and say, this is the price we're looking for, and we're only going to accept that. The government does not play, let's make a deal in the generic sense, or treat it as a bargain basement bazaar where they're constantly looking for the lowest price. No. What the government is looking for in your pricing is reasonableness and risk assurance. The government is extremely risk adverse. If at all possible, they will reduce their risk level. And one of the ways that they do that is by examining your price proposal. And when you price too low, this signals to the government that one, you're not accounting for all of your costs. Once again, if you're priced too low, you're not accounting for all of your costs. That's the nice way. It also takes into consideration your profit margin. So if your profit is based upon cost, then your profit margins must not be enough to be to sustain your business. Therefore, that makes you an unsustainable business. That's your second strike against you. Now, that's if they just being nice. If they really take the negative viewpoint, they're going to say you just don't know what you're doing, and just totally scrap it. And there are so many companies and there are so many businesses. They win on the technical and they lose on pricing because they erroneously believe that they need to have the lowest price. Your cost is your cost. If that's just it. I don't care if Lockheed can bid lower than you. Lockheed is most likely 10,000 times bigger than you. So their pricing and costing model is totally different from you. I don't even care if Dunkin' Donuts is priced lower than you. If it costs you $20 to make a donut, but it costs Dunkin' Donuts 15, then don't bid the 15. You got to bid the 20 because that is what your cost is. But I digress. So that's the lowest cost, technically acceptable concept in a nutshell. You one have to show on your technical side that you know what you're doing. Your answers are clearly vague or specifically vague and demonstrate knowledge of the industry and area that you're bidding on. And two, your pricing must be within 10 to 15% of an established norm and demonstrates that your company is going to be there throughout the course of the contract risk and is sustainable, and that you're showing some kind of skill in developing your pricing model, which also lets the government knows you know what you're doing. So that's it for today. Um, Join me tomorrow as I give you another 5 minute good morning snippet. I can be found on my company's Facebook page at the LT&A company. You can also find this broadcast recording on our YouTube page. And if you just want to sit down and have a discussion to see like what how we can work together, the comments in the links in the comments or on the screen where you can jump on my calendar. I have lots of new training coming out this year. I have a couple of master classes that are going to be rolling out. So just join the family and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good day.